All right, guys, CGC reveal video today. Let's do this. I've got 7 slabs, and we're going to talk my projections. We're going to talk about the cover details, pop reports, and sales. Let's jump right in, and we're going to start with this Sports Illustrated from 2012, and it is the first cover for Mike Trout. Little bit frustrated with this one. I projected a 9.0, and I got an 8.5. That grinds my gears. Nothing I hate more than getting an 8.5 when I was hoping to be in the nines. Now, this one doesn't sting as bad because I do already own a copy of this in a 9.6. So this is going to be one I was probably looking to sell anyway since it's a duplicate. But still, come on. 9.0. What are you guys talking about? When I project a 9.0, that actually means I think it's probably a 9.2 or 9.4. So 8.5, not happy about it, but that's okay. This one came in at number 56 all time for my most collectible list of Sports Illustrated covers. So it's a big time cover, the Supernatural. There have been 101 newsstand copies of this graded, and mine is a Pop 8 with 73 higher. So the majority are in the nines. An 8.5 sold last December for $127, so that is probably a reasonable expectation for what I could pick, what I could get for this one. I'd say, anything above 100, I'll be happy with this. A 9.8 sold in May for $1,050. So there you go. Mike Trout first cover, 8.5. Could have been better. Was looking to offload this one anyway. Happy with my 9.6. Okay. Moving on to number 2. I think the rest of these I've never owned before. The Mike Trout was my only duplicate in this batch, if I'm not mistaken. All right, this one's pretty interesting. This is from 2011. Not an athlete I love to collect, but check this out. We got LeBron James Mad Scramble. Look at that cover, because you maybe haven't seen it before. This is one that does not come up very often. Mad Scramble, you got LeBron going after the ball. You got Joakim Noah going after the ball. You got Chris Bosh over here. You got Mike Bibby over here. Who else? This is, I think that's Taj Gibson in the background. Oh, and you got a little Luol Deng action as well. So pretty cool cover. Look at that. That's a screw up on my part. That is a subscription card falling out. Let's see if I can get that guy to drop back in there. Oh, there we go. Look at that. It's gone. Usually if there's a subscription insert that is loose, I'll take it out when I'm pressing and just pitch it in the trash. If it's connected, sometimes they're laying in there loose, sometimes they're still attached. And if they're attached, I'll leave them. So this is stupid, but CGC will actually sometimes note if you remove one of those subscription inserts that was attached. Now, if it's loose, it's no worries. And usually I'll catch that and I'll pull it out. I guess I missed that one. So you can see if there is a loose one, sometimes it'll float down and be visible in the bottom of the case, but you can just kind of, slide it back up like I did. So anyway, this is a really cool cover. I don't like to collect LeBron, but if you actually go through and look at all the pop reports on LeBron's covers, which is over 30, this is the lowest pop count of any LeBron cover in newsstand. This is only the third graded copy there's ever been of this cover. So this is a tough one to find. And if someone is looking to put together a set run of all of LeBron James Sports Illustrated covers, which is something like I'm trying to do with Kobe Bryant. I know several collectors have done it with Michael Jordan, but if you wanted to do that with LeBron, you're gonna have to find a copy of this one, and it's not easy. This is a really tough LeBron cover to find. There's actually been fewer of this one graded than that really crazy 1/6 variant that I've showed in my videos before. So let's see here. Yeah, only 3 copies graded. There's a 9.0, there's a 9.4, and now there's a 9.6. This is a pop one with none higher for a LeBron James cover. That's a pretty significant deal right there. So that was the whole reason that I bought this, because I was aware that it was a rare cover for him, and I knew that it had a really good shot at 9. Actually, I was really wanting the 9.8 on this one. They kind of broke my heart giving me the 9.6, but you know what? It is what it is. I'll take a pop one, none higher. any day. So there you go. Now this, of course, this was actually the Eastern Conference Finals in 2011, which the Heat won 4-1 over the Bulls. This was the same year that Derrick Rose was the MVP. Derrick Rose is not anywhere to be seen on this cover. You know who is? I didn't point this out the first time. Way back there, that's Benny the Bull. So we got a Benny the Bull cover. That's pretty slick. But yeah, Derrick Rose was MVP this year, but they lost 4-1 to this Heat super team. But Dirk Nowitzki and the Mavs knocked out the Heat in the NBA Finals that year. So there you go. Pretty cool cover. Pretty cool LeBron James cover. And moving on. Number 3. This is from 2002. This one's a heartbreaker for me. Freaking 8.5, and I projected a 9.0. That makes me so mad. Especially because this was a Kobe one that I didn't have yet. And I really want all of the Kobe's in a 9.0 or higher. And I can't believe this came back in 8.5. That just ticks me off. This is actually kind of a tougher cover to find in newsstand. There's not a huge amount of them. There have been 20 graded, which I guess is a decent number. But this was from Kobe's third title. So it was the final title in that first three-peat with the Lakers with Shaq and Kobe. The Lakers swept the Nets in this final. That Lakers team was just ridiculously good. Kobe and Shaq were both insanely dominant. I think Kobe averaged like 27 points in this finals, and Shaq averaged 28 or something like that. Let's see here. So yeah, there have been 20 graded. This is a pop 5 with 12 higher. There is one 9.8 out there. An 8.5 sold on Heritage in 2023 for $33. So this really doesn't have hardly any value as an 8.5. A 9.4 sold on eBay in 2022 for $230. Pretty ticked about this one. I'll probably keep it in my collection for now because it's my only copy of that one. But I am certainly looking for a 9.0 or higher of that Kobe and Jason Kidd cover. All right, next up, we got 4 left. This is a big one. Well, you can see on the back, I mean, we're going a little more old school here. We got some Carlton cigarettes on the back cover. Yeah, this is a big cover I've never owned before. Check out this boy, Miracle on Ice. Yes, newsstand 7.0. I projected this one at a 5.0. So they are definitely making me happy here. 7.0 Miracle on Ice. I'm thrilled about that. Absolutely thrilled. Did not expect a 7.0 by any means. And especially, let me tell you this, I picked this guy up raw for $26. I picked up this Miracle on Ice newsstand copy for $26 on eBay and sent it in and got a 7.0. That's a great return right there. This came in at number 30 on my all-time list for most collectible Sports Illustrated covers and could have been higher. I know for some people it would be higher. I mean, it may be number 1 as far as most iconic covers. I only had it at number 30 just because it doesn't have star power. This is like probably the number 1 cover when it comes to moment. This is an iconic moment. Iconic image also. They didn't have any headline on the background. They've only done that a few times. There's no stars. A lot of people would be hard pressed to name a single person that's on this cover. These were all amateur hockey players. The most well-known person from this team was the coach, Herb Brooks. But still, awesome cover. I mean, number 30 all time is still awesome. And like I said, for a lot of people, it's probably even a little higher. So there have been 107 newsstand copies of this one graded. Mine is a pop 12 with 58 copies graded higher. There are 2 9.8s out there. One of those 9.8s sold recently on Heritage Auctions for $20,000. 3 7.0s like mine have sold in the past year for an average sale of about $300. So there you go. Definitely stoked. This was one of the last big ones that I did not have yet in my collection in newsstand. So pretty pleased to add that, especially at the 7.0 when I wasn't expecting it to come in that high. Pretty awesome. All right. Three left. These next two are a very well-known publication that I've never got graded before. It's not Sports Illustrated, not even sports. We're going a little more pop culture here. And let's see here. Let's check this out. From 2011, Katy Perry on the cover of Rolling Stone. So let's talk about this a little bit. Katy Perry turns it up. So Rolling Stone, one of the most well-known magazines in the history of the United States, for the majority of its print run, it was an oversized publication that currently cannot be graded by CGC. CGC really can only grade magazines that fit within the dimensions of this holder. They don't really have larger ones. Um, but there was a little stretch from 2008 to 2018 where Rolling Stone switched to a traditional magazine size publication, and those can be graded. And I think after 2018, they went back to being oversized again. The first Rolling Stone issue came out in 1967. So from 1967 to 2008, you got tons of collectible Rolling Stone covers that cannot be graded as of now. But yeah, '08 to 2018, you can grade Rolling Stone. This is the first time I've done it. Now I projected this one at a 5.0, came back at 7.5. I was very surprised with that. But once again, I'm ultra conservative with my projections. Let's see. So yeah, Rolling Stone, there have only been 60 copies of it graded. Oh, excuse me. There have only been 60 covers graded. And like I said, you've only got 2008 to 2018 to work with. So from that 10 or 11-year stretch, there have been 60 total covers graded for a total of 492 copies. Now, of those 492 copies of Rolling Stone that have been graded, 383 of those copies are the 2021 Bored Ape Yacht Club cover. I've seen that cover. It doesn't really mean much to me. I think it's isn't that like a crypto related thing? I don't know. It's yellow. There's an ape on the cover. It's from 2021. It's like a Bitcoin or a cryptocurrency cover, I think. That's been graded 383 times. And that accounts for, 3/4 essentially of the Rolling Stone covers that have been graded. After that, after those 383, the second most frequently graded Rolling Stone cover is from 2009. That was Taylor Swift's first cover, which has only been graded 13 times. So, there's just, I think not a lot of people realize you can grade Rolling Stone, but there is that stretch where you can. I'm a big fan of the song Cover of the Rolling Stone by Dr. Hook. That was one of my dad's favorite songs, so I grew up always listening and singing to that song. What a great tune. We keep getting richer, but we can't get our picture on the cover of the Rolling Stone. So Katy Perry, this is, by the way, not Katy Perry's first Rolling Stone cover. And it's not my favorite Katy Perry Rolling Stone cover. Also, I'm not in love with Katy Perry. She's one of those that's turned a little bit crazy lately. Hollywood has gotten to her. Poor girl started off as a Christian singer before she got popular, and now look at her. She's kind of going like the Amanda Bynes route. So let me go ahead and show you this next one before we move on talking about Katy Perry. So what I've actually got is another Rolling Stone and another Katy Perry. And I must say, I do like this one. I do like this one. And this is Katy Perry's first Rolling Stone cover. So the first one I showed you, this one's from 2011, and this one's from 2010. And man, hope my wife doesn't watch this one, but I like this cover. That is nice. That is nice. 8.0. I also projected a 6 on this one. So thank you, CGC. My Rolling Stones got a good return. Katy Perry, she's the 35th highest selling musical act of all time. She has 9 number ones, including 5 from a single album. She's only the second person ever to do that, to have 5 number ones on the same album, and the other person was Michael Jackson. And they did give me my labeling that I requested. Let's see here. Can't see it very well, but it's over here. And it says first Katy Perry cover in title. It is the first Rolling Stone cover for Katy Perry. Pretty sweet. Pretty sweet. Great looking cover. That's why I got it graded. And this is the first copy that's ever been graded of either of these Katy Perry covers. Probably going to sell that other one. I actually don't really like that other one, but I do like this one. Probably going to keep this one. Does it have much value? I mean, honestly, probably not. I might be able to sell the other one for between $50 and $100. Um, I like the first cover. I could probably sell that one for a little bit more, but I think I'm going to keep that one. And that will be my one and only Rolling Stone cover currently in my collection. Well, there you go. Katy Perry, Rolling Stone, switching it up a little bit from the traditional. And we've got one cover left, and we're going back to Sports Illustrated. And this is my guy. This is from 2000, and this is Kobe Bryant, the Survivors cover, and it's a 9.6, nice 9.6. Although CGC is just not giving me a break on these 9.8s. There have been multiple covers in my recent unboxing that I thought had a great shot at 9.8, and they're not giving it to me. I thought this one could have been a 9.8. I thought that LeBron James Mad Scramble could have been a 9.8. I had, gosh, what else? There were a couple other recent ones. I had a Clayton Kershaw first cover I thought had a shot at 9.8, and they're just not giving it to me. They are tough. 9.8s are freaking tough, guys. They are not easy to come by. But you know what? I'm still pretty happy with a 9.6. This is a Kobe cover I didn't have yet. This is actually his first solo cover. You know, his very first cover, he was on there with Magic Johnson. His second cover, he was on there with Tim Duncan. I think this is his third cover. I'd have to double check that. There might have been one other one before this, but I know this is his first basically solo cover. Survivors. And this is the series against the Trailblazers, very famous series. So you got to think about this. Okay, they had not won their first title yet. That was actually coming later in this playoff series, and this Trailblazer series, the Lakers were about to lose. They were down by I think like 15 in the fourth quarter, and Kobe really kind of led the charge, taking over. And this was the series and the game with the famous Shaq, Kobe to Shaq alley-oop that gets played a lot. And so yeah, this was a big time series to kind of catapult the Lakers further into the playoffs and eventually win their first title and then win the three-peat. So there have been 39 copies of this one graded. This is a Pop 15 with 8 higher. So there are 15 9.6s. It does have that tough, a lot of black ink on the cover. Just flaws show so much more easily when you got black ink as opposed to the white. And there are 8 9.8s out there. So there you go. I don't think I even looked up any sales on this one, but I'm happy to add this to my collection. Trying to complete my Kobe Bryant run, which I need to check. I think I'm really close. I might even be there. I might just be 1 or 2 away at this point. So, all right. That's it. Thank you guys for watching. If you have not yet done so, please subscribe. Appreciate likes and comments. And until the next video, I'll see you guys next time.